What's going on, guys? So hopefully you guys watched yesterday's video about my kind of sarcastic top five. I think I only got to kind of four trends in the sports nutrition market for 2018. I was trying to poke fun a little bit at the industry, an industry that I love, I truly do love. If you guys want to see a different style of video than I usually do, I'll put a link down below. Also, one of those kind of like cards that pop up above my head that you guys can click on and follow that video. But this one is going to be my actual serious 2018 sports nutrition trends that I saw, the important ones that I saw, the ones that I think are probably going to build on into 2019. But let's kick this off with arguably one of the biggest trends that have been happening over 2018, even before that. This is the shift of a lot of brands moving to ready to drink and ready to eat type of products. Throughout the middle of this current decade, you saw a lot of popularity by kind of a few protein bar companies, ready to eat products that were offered by sports nutrition brands. And what you kind of saw over these last couple of years, you saw a lot more of these products coming out by a lot smaller companies or by a lot of kind of specialty brands or direct-to-consumer brands, or just they're not just the mass consumer brands that we were used to kind of seeing. And I think you also saw another trend in the kind of late 2016 where kind of everybody saw the craziness around Bang, the energy drink, and throughout 2017 you saw a sprinkling of a couple of sports nutrition brands kind of dabble in the ready to drink category, but 2018 was really this year where you saw a ton of companies jumping into the ready to eat or the ready to drink functional food and beverage category. And it's natural at this point. I think that most people that are looking at the industry data, you see that though there's about a 6 or 7% compounded annual growth rate in the sports nutrition industry, you see that there's functional food and beverage, kind of the ready to eat, convenience, single serve consumption products that are seeing a growth rate of kind of 50% more than that. This is kind of being sped up by food, drug, mass, convenience, club channels getting kind of larger build outs of this healthier for you, better for you, sections that sometimes are called like active nutrition or healthy living. And what you're seeing is that brands are naturally kind of shifting to have product offerings that could be picked up into those stores. You're seeing both a supply increase from sports nutrition brands, but you're also seeing a demand increase by kind of lifestyle consumers, people jumping into the market that are looking for a healthier for you or a better for you lifestyle. To jump into kind of my second biggest trend that I saw for 2018 in the sports nutrition world, this is surrounding kind of like plant-based protein or just kind of plant-based everything. A couple years ago, those of us that were kind of paying close attention, you were noticing that there was kind of a convergence of a lot of different categories, natural, organic, plant-based, a lot of other things that were kind of jumping into sports nutrition, and they were kind of blending into these kind of mashups of products. And what you're seeing, and I think it's driven a little bit from what I was talking about in my first trend with kind of build outs of food, drug, mass, convenience, more of these lifestyle consumers. These lifestyle consumers don't necessarily have the same thoughts of what a sports nutrition product should look like. So there's an opportunity for a lot of brands to build out product, maybe product line extensions, or new brands that are kind of based around plant-based or vegan lifestyles. You're also seeing a ton of that in the market right now. I think the last time I looked, I think over 10% of consumers in the United States consider themselves vegetarian or vegan. So this is becoming a very big group of buyers. And sports nutrition brands are starting to respond to that by offering products. So you're seeing, plant-based ready to drink. You're seeing plant-based ready to eat. You're seeing plant-based proteins. You're seeing vegan amino acids. I think that 2017 probably saw the most acquisitions of kind of plant-based brands by larger portfolios, but you're also seeing this kind of continue. You're seeing a lot of investment from private equity with brands that are focused on plant-based propositions. I think one of the most recent ones, you saw Health Warrior, a kind of a superfood plant-based company that was bought by, I believe, PepsiCo. So you're seeing this kind of continuation, and the trend is, to me, is just kind of just getting started. I think this is going to be more and more a thing in the future. I think especially with just our needs as as humans on planet Earth and just us consuming more and more meat, there's going to be a price economics on meat or animal protein is going to kind of go up, and people are going to be looking for alternatives. Is that purely plant-based? Is that lab-grown meat or alternative meat or clean meat, whatever the heck they call it now? Or is that going to be bugs? I don't know, but I'm going to put a lot of my money on plant-based at this point. So I'm going to see, that's a huge trend that I saw in 2018 and one that's going to kind of continue. My third kind of biggest trend that I saw in the sports nutrition world this year was this idea that carbs were terrible. This, not only sugar, but just carbs. Everybody was hating on carbs. It seems like if you are a carb lover, it's like carbs versus the world type of a situation here. And this is kind of being driven by keto, the ketogenic diet. First of all, you're seeing a lot of just products getting into the market that are from traditional sports nutrition brands. Again, they're having line extensions with plant-based. They're also having line extensions with keto. You have brands jumping into it like Sparta Nutrition, BPI. I think just recently you have Nutribolics that's kind of putting out a lot of keto products. You also have American Metabolics here in Austin, Texas that have kind of reinvigorated their line with a keto line extension. And then you're seeing a ton of standalones that are getting a bunch of support either through a vitamin shop that's kind of going all in on their keto HQ, build out that they're having in their stores with Dr. Axe and just kind of going full force into the ketogenic diet. You're seeing, them, focus on a lot of those kind of standalone keto brands. You're also seeing a huge popularity of these on Amazon, kind of driven by Perfect Keto, which was kind of one of the early players, also based here in Austin, Texas. But this keto thing, this kind of hate on carbs and sugar and everything is going to kind of continue. If you guys watched an earlier video, my kind of look to functional food and beverage in 2019, you guys saw that because of some of the FDA labeling with food and calling out like the added sugar element, you're going to see a lot more hate on sugars. And it's going to drive a lot of people to try to research and understand this ketogenic diet. My fourth biggest trend that I want to talk about with sports nutrition industry in 2018 was surrounding transparency. And I talked about this kind of extensively in a video that I just launched about a week ago, but I think this was kind of a big year for transparency in sports nutrition. I think you're having the industry kind of push this movement of having transparent labels, clean labels. You're also seeing the same customer advocacy movement and pressure from the industry with clean labeling and kind of functional foods, beverages, natural flavors, natural sweeteners, natural colors, ingredients that you could pronounce. On the sports nutrition world, you want to make sure that you're not hiding behind proprietary blends. You're also kind of seeing like the maturity of some of this third-party testing. You still have, the NSFs, the informed choice, the banned substance control groups, and those are there to police things. But you're also seeing some of maybe news or kind of thought leaders also kind of coming out with some of these third-party testing. I think like Stacked also is kind of coming out with something. You have some other kind of players, be it Price Plow, Fitness Informant, or Supplement Snoop. Like they're just getting out there and kind of demanding more out of brands for the consumer. They're helping the consumer get to this more transparent buying experience. An unlikely champion in all this could be Amazon with their Amazon Elements private label. If you've paid attention to that brand, I've mentioned it in that video, they are pushing the limits on some of their transparency or which contract manufacturer they're utilizing. You have traceability at the lot level, understanding of what the tests are, if there's some red flags that could be caused through any element of the product. There is a Q&A and kind of a transparent answering of why something is in or not in a product. But you're also seeing, outside of the product world, you're seeing brands open up, the curtains a little bit behind the brand, showing who's behind the brand. Personal brands, entrepreneurs are becoming more and more in the limelight. Employees that are working at companies being more out there, these people, they are being transparent about what's going on in the brand, and that's just helping overall push the industry in a better way. And then finally, the last kind of trend that I saw in 2018 for the sports nutrition industry was this idea of licensing. And license deals are honestly it's amazing how long it took for license deals to really hit the sports nutrition world. I think 2 years ago or so, I kind of applauded Perfect Shaker for some of their license deals that they did with some superheroes, I think, at the time. Since then, the accessory world of sports nutrition, workout fitness products, whatever you want to call them, be it shakers or meal bags or whatever is out there now, those seem to be the ones that we're getting a lot of like the license deals. And I think just because they're safest for a lot of these brands to work with. Sports nutrition has been notoriously tough for other CPG brands or other kind of brand owners to trust their brand equity. Our industry, just because a lot of the bad mass media press clippings and things tend to be around like safety and efficacy of the industry, and that's not what you want to have attached to your Chips Ahoy brand or Starburst or any of those types of brands that attracting a mass consumer. In 2017 kind of started kicking this off a little bit. I think Ghost Lifestyle with that Warheads license deal really kind of kicked things off, and they kind of one-up themselves this year with both the Swedish Fish, I think a further extension of some of the Warheads flavors, and then also the Sour Patch Kids. So they're kind of the one leading this charge. You also saw, a Glambia-owned brand with BSN partnering with Cold Stone Creamery. Cold Stone Creamery has kind of wanted to get into the sports nutrition space for a while. The owners of that, the franchise concept owners of that, Valhalla Brands, I think still owns that. They have had a ton of smoothie bars and things in like LA Fitnesses and everything. So it's just natural for them to finally get into the sports nutrition world. I think internationally you also saw like a company like USN that is sold in the U.S. but is based in South Africa. I think they also had some licensing deals with some candy companies. And then from like a food perspective, you had a plant-based protein savory chip company, I1 Organics, just at the end of the year license a Tapatio flavored product. So you're seeing a lot more of these things that are expanding past accessories, fitness, sports nutrition kind of world, and moving into like the actual product. And I think 2019 you're going to see a ton more of this. I think that the good and the bad thing about Ghost's success with license deals is that they kind of proved out a success map, something that can be pointed to. I still think there's a ton of intricacies that happen with license deals, that you need to have the right brand, you need to have the right entrepreneurs in that brand, you need to have the right brand story, you need to have all these elements run together to create this mashup of a perfect situation. But I think a few people are going to figure out the keys to this. I think you're going to see some more of that happening in 2019, but I think 2018 was a huge paramount trend, this license thing that's going to really build on in the next couple of years. But I think I'll end this video here. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. You guys enjoyed me kind of talking about the trends, the major trends that I saw happening in the sports nutrition industry in 2018. I'm going to be making a video on 2019, hopefully in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be trying to get some insights from different thought leaders and leading entrepreneurs in the space. But stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel so you guys don't miss that video. If you guys enjoyed this video, got some value out of this video, make sure you guys hit the like button down below. That would really help me out with YouTube, with their algorithm, to kind of help them spread this video to more people. If you guys want to help me grow this community a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger, I would love if you guys shared, commented, all these types of things that really help me kind of spread this video, this channel around. I want to grow this channel much bigger in 2019. This was kind of the starting block of everything, 2018, these last couple of months. So 2019, I'm hoping is going to be an extremely big year for this channel. But I want to thank you guys for the time you guys gave me. Hopefully I gave you some value in return, but I'll see you guys on the next one.